Let me show you why you want tiny payments instead of big payments. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the tiny payments versus big payments. So now we've changed this to 180. All right. We changed this to 180 payments. Now look at my payments here. Okay. My principal payments are now $600 payments, $600 payments. So what I just taught you about prepaying, if I prepay a whole principal payment, I got to come up with $636.02 to knock out this interest payment. To get rid of one whole line on my mortgage, I got to come up with $636.02. That's at 180 payments. But if I keep my 360 payments, okay, to get rid of one line, I just have to come up with $225. Banks know that. Anytime you lower the term or lower the interest rate or both, you make the principal payment bigger, you make it harder to eliminate the loan faster. Because now to get rid of one payment, I have to come up with $636 to eliminate payment number two. Whereas before, I only have to come up with $225.52. Folks, which is better? Which one positions you better to use interest cancellation techniques? The 15-year loan or the 30-year loan? Matt says here, so I make the payment with the additional 11 months of principal, then make your normal payment. Well, it's kind of reverse, Matt. You make your normal payment and then you do that because you're not allowed to put a dime on principal until you make your complete mortgage payment. That's why biweekly payments are a fallacy. You can't put even an extra penny on your loan until you complete the mortgage payment. That's it. Complete the mortgage payment, the money that they're looking for in the month, and then you could put money on principal. That's it. That's how that works. Wow. Paula says, I definitely need that longer term. No, Paula, get it on your next one. Listen, folks, let me stop right here, right now. Okay. Take everything off the screen. Camera on me. We're giving you basic information in this room and in this club. You want to have information that is specific to you. Please don't get this information and start making major changes in your financial picture without help. It took me 16 years to compile this. We make a very complicated system and we have simplified something that is very complicated. It's not simple. It's just been simplified so that you can wrap your mind around it. But it is very complicated, very complicated. So don't go and start changing stuff. Get some advice, get some help. Okay. So somebody is saying, but Don, if I call you, you're going to charge me. Yeah, I am. But if you go ahead and do this, you're going to make some huge mistakes. And then when it gets all messed up and you paid out a lot of money, then you're going to call me and then get charged on top of the huge mistakes, financial mistakes you've already made. Please don't do that. Call me up front, even if you just got the consultation. Listen, folks, don't get out there and make some huge financial mistakes just because you want to avoid paying $150. Learn it the right way. Don't get messed up here and then come back and make your situation even worse. And then to straighten it out, then now you got to pay. Makes no sense. Pay up front, save the money. All right. So you know what they say. You can pay me now or pay me later. You definitely don't want to pay later on this one. Marsha says, knowledge is power. Applied knowledge is power. Knowledge just sitting in your head is potential power. Okay. Ms. Paula says, my principal is $800 a month. I need to lower that. I may actually call. That's right. You should call. All right. So whatever your situation is, before you change it, let's see how well you could do in your current situation. You may be surprised how well you can do currently, because we're going to look at some variables you have never thought of. So if you need a consultation, folks, here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to ice10k.com. You're going to click that link. You're going to click it. All right. And you're going to go to get a savings and earnings report and fill out that information with your financial information. And then you're going to put your phone number in and all of that. And somebody from my staff will give you a call and then set you up with a consultation. That's it. It's as simple as that. But give us something to work on. And please, folks, don't just throw the numbers in there. The more accurate the numbers, the better the work I can do for you, because we don't use rounded numbers in the program. All of this information is exact, and we optimize your results. And the optimization goes all the way down to this. Watch this. This is just an example. Your electricity bill is $5 less this month than it was last month. Our program picks up on that, does new calculations, and gives you new results. Even if your finances are having even a $5 change, you want accurate, up to the date information that we can give you every single month. And we do all of the math and put it on the screen for you, just like financial GPS. So when I'm going out of town, I don't go out of town without my GPS on. I turn Waze on, and it tells me a lot of stuff. It tells me how to get there. It also tells me when traffic is stalled up ahead and how to get around it. So when you have bumps in the road in life, then you bump in the road into our system. It gives you a way to get around it the most efficient way possible.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.